Erica. Welcome to another episode of the DJ Jerica Podcast. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you guys haven't already, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell. This is a podcast where we talk about celebrity news, commentary, and much, much more. And we also do interviews with your favorite celebrities nation and worldwide. You know what I'm saying? This podcast, we talk about the real, we talk about life, and we also talk about your crazy celebrity hot topics and gossip going on throughout the week. If you guys are interested in that, hit the subscribe button and join the Team J Airy Gang. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to everybody who recently joined J Airy Gang over the past several months, man. We're inching on 3,000 subscribers on this channel, and I'm very, very, very proud. Also, anybody that just came on here, make sure you guys check out my most recent interview with Dr. Dre of Yo MTV Raps. Yes, the legendary Dr. Dre of Yo MTV Raps. If you missed that, you really missing out on the conversation, man. When I tell you that, we talked about some real stuff going on in his life, and we also discussed a lot of behind the scene things that went on in hip hop and the music industry a long time ago, and much, much more. So you do not want to miss that. Make sure you guys check that out as well. Outside of that, man, I hope you guys are doing good. It is the holiday season. Christmas is next week, y'all. It's crazy. Like, I know a lot of y'all probably been wondering, where has J Erica been? You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of things going on with my family. A lot of things that put my life into perspective and thinking about, you know, time and what we do with time. You know what I'm saying? You know, the past couple of weeks, a lot of things have been transpiring. I lost a family member. I lost my aunt. And, you know, it was a very, very sad, and it's still sad because it just happened last weekend. And, you know, we just had Memorial last weekend. And, you know, I'm just trying to get myself settled in to get back on a microphone and talk to you guys. And just really try to gear this show towards appreciation of life and really taking advantage of the time that we have here on the planet. Okay. You know, a lot of times while we're out here, you know, we like to waste time. We like to get in drama. We like to just basically not appreciate the people that's around us while we still have them around us. And I want you guys to understand that time is not promised. One thing that's for certain is time is slowly running out for everybody. And that's the crazy, harsh reality of the world. We got to start learning to appreciate people while they're here. You know, even if it's a text message, text that family member that you haven't checked on. Some people don't like talking on the phone. We have busy lives, but it never hurts just to get on your phone and text somebody and say, hey, how you doing? How you feeling today? Check on your family members. If you have family members that live alone, check on them. See how they're doing. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing that a lot of people are losing family members because of this whole COVID situation. You know, when they say the second strand, the second wave of this virus is hitting hard. It's hitting hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing family members, extended family members losing their family members, and friends losing family members. And it's just too much. It's a lot going on. It's been stressful. You know what I mean? Just trying to figure out what's the next steps after all of this. You know? So, of course, this show is going to be dedicated to my aunt. I love you. You know what I'm saying? I will miss her, you know, and, you know, for everybody that's out there who has lost anybody in the middle of all of this in this past year, 2020, and just had disasters hit their family, my love goes out to all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? And if you have loved ones that's still here with you, make sure you check on them. You know what I'm saying? I know that a lot of the people out here right now, this Christmas has to be rough. You know, people are burying family members. People are burying friends. People are burying loved ones, you know, and along with that, majority, about 8 million people have lost their freaking jobs. Like, people don't have jobs right now, and they don't know how they're going to eat, how they're going to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're going to have a roof over their head come New Year's. It's a lot going on. And yes, the election was the first part of it. We have so much more. We can't, you know, as us, as people, as individuals, just because whoever we voted into the office as president isn't going to really affect immediately how we're going to feed ourselves and how we're going to clothe ourselves, how we're going to bathe ourselves, how we're going to keep a roof over our head. You know, and there's so many people who lost their jobs. Almost 8 million Americans out there have lost their jobs and don't know what their next step is. And I'm going to tell you guys, right now, while you are out unemployed, it might be hard. You know, you might feel depressed, but try to invest in something that you love to do. Whatever your hobby is, try to make that your career. You know what I mean? And people's like, you know, it's expensive to start a business. It really don't cost much to file a DBA. You know, if you have a hustle, this is the time to really hone that, grow it, and try to build some type of additional income and secure your bag. That's something that I've been focusing on this entire year. You know, I've been at this, work. Most people know me. I'm a DJ. I've been on a lot of mixed shows, radio stations, and stuff like that. And I decided that this year was going to be my dedication to grow my brand and focus on J Erica. Focus on the things that I want to do, the things that I want to put out into the world, and really focus on my overall brand and my podcast. And I know sometimes for people, it's hard to really just put yourself first. In the middle of all of this, you feel like, you owe people something. You feel like, oh, well, I can't do this because my cousin did this, or I can't do this because my kids have this, and you can't do this because of this, this, and this. But I'm telling you, your kids will appreciate you even more being able to see you at home while you're making money as an entrepreneur. Your kids will appreciate you even more if you are trying to build something outside of that 9-to-5 job that you're working. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having a 9-to-5 job. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I have a 9-to-5 job outside of this. But you want to try to take advantage of that extra income and try to build bridges and connect it and build the blocks so you don't be stuck with that for the rest of your life. Because no one wants to be stuck at a job that they hate for the rest of their life. They want to be successful. They want to grow. They want to expand themselves. So I'm telling everybody right now, in the midst of this disaster, that midst of us having to bury family members and friends and losing our jobs, is to try your best to try to stay focused and try to grow. We have a couple of more weeks until the new year. And I'm praying that everybody that's watching this will make it into the new year with me, myself, and the rest of everybody. And everybody that we have lost, I'm sending prayers up to their spirits. And I'm just going to try to stay positive and really, really try to go higher, especially for my aunt who loves what I do. What do? I podcast. I talk. I talk to people like you. If you're sitting here talking right now, this is a more serious podcast because life is real. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk about your celebrity news and commentary, but I'm having a real moment with the real J Airy gang members that's willing to sit here and listen to things I have to say. Because I don't know who's listening right now, but I hope that this motivates you to get up. I wasn't feeling well. I've been going through things in my family. I've been stressed out. You know what I'm saying? And this is my motivation to get up and try to continue to build and find the success that I know that I deserve. And there's nothing wrong with going after what you deserve. And everybody in this world deserves success and happiness. You only get a certain amount of time here, and you want to make sure you find what makes you happy. You need to make sure that you find something. And I'm not saying find what makes you happy as in find a person or hop in a new relationship. I'm talking about something that makes you feel good about yourself. Something that you do for yourself that makes you happy. Makes you feel complete. On top of anything else a human being could do for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I feel like we live in a society where we depend on other people to make us happy. And that is the main problem right there. It's a lot of people that's out here that's holding grudges because this person wasn't there when they needed them. This person, this, and this. This is the time for you to let that go. If you listen to my podcast, this might be the time for you to let it go. This might be the time for you to really look into yourself and try to figure out what is it that I need to do to make sure that I'm happy despite what everybody else is doing. You know what keeps me happy? You know what makes me be able to be great every day? Is that I focus on myself. I live in my own little world. I do the things that makes me happy. I try to grow and build. And I surround myself around people that I love. And I make sure that while I'm surrounding my people and the people that I love with me, that I'm giving them this best Jasmine DJ J Erica that they can ever get. And by me being able to do that is because I decided to put myself first and try to invest in the things that make me happy. Like this platform. Granted, this platform, this podcast has not hit 1 million subscribers yet. But I know that over time it's going to grow. For it to be at 2,300 subscribers right now is amazing. The fact that I done had several videos over the past couple of months go viral. Seeing one of my video commentaries hit 45,000 people in a day is beautiful. Seeing another promotion put out on my channel hit 250,000, 250,000 people, it lets me know that I'm on the right track in my goals in my life. And this is, I'm talking to y'all this morning because, and I'm talking to you this evening wherever you're listening to this. I'm talking to you tonight because this is the type of stuff I want y'all to also convey outside of me talking about celebrity news and commentary. Because this podcast, yes, I love talking to celebrities. Yes, I love talking about celebrity commentary. Yes, I love, but you know what I love more outside of that? It's talking and spitting a real with my people. And y'all my people. You know what I'm saying? If you watching this, you're my people. And I want people to win. I know so many people out there that think that it's okay to be a hater. That's okay to rain on other people's parade. Try to be their terrible negative energy and rain on your parade because they see you're doing well. It stops today. It stops today. And you know why it stops today? Because it stops with you. You can't let anybody with their negative energy affect the work that you're doing. You got to try to find some peace and meditation. Try to pray to God. And try to keep your head up through everything. Because at the end of the day, that's what life is about. It's about obstacles and it's about solving problems to be successful. And one thing I am determined as a black woman out here building something is to be successful. And success does not come overnight. I've been working for almost 10 years doing this. I'm 29 years old. I've been at this since college, since I was 18, 19 years old. And I started and had this dream of building a podcast. You know what I'm saying? And this is where I'm at right now. Am I ever satisfied? No. Because I always want more. And I know that there's more people in the world. There's 1 trillion people in the world. If I could get 50,000, if I could reach 50,000 people, I'm satisfied. If I could reach one person today with this video, I'm satisfied. But I'm never going to stop at reaching and hitting and surpassing the goals that I already set for myself, because that is ordained. Tap into your gifts. My gift is talking to people. My gift is communicating to the world. That is something that I'm confident about and I love to do. Try to find what makes you happy, what makes you, fulfills you, makes you comfortable, makes you feel complete, makes you want to go to bed at night and feel happy and put a smile on your face. That's what life is about, people. We don't know what the next day is going to hold. We've lost a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a little emotional because I'm thinking about it. Be grateful. If you're here, you're breathing, you're watching this video, you should be grateful. And that's all I got to say. If you guys are just getting into this and you're new to this, we talk about the real things that's going on in the world. And we also talk about celebrity news and hot topics. And with that being said, let's get into the celebrity news and hot topics going on today. Alright, so did you guys hear about Lil Wayne? Yo, Lil Wayne is all up in the news. This man just sold his catalog, his music catalog, for $100 million. That is a whole lot of zeros. $100 million he just sold his entire music catalog for the past week, okay? And it was sold over to Universal Music Group, which is shocking because actually he just got finished suing Birdman not too long ago because he wasn't being compensated for his music. And the fact that he owns his masters and sold it for $100 million, it's like, wow. Now, I can say that is a lot of money. But was it a smart move for Lil Wayne to sell his music masters? With so many people out there going through hell and high water trying to get the rights of their masters back. I know you guys seen the episode where I was talking about Taylor Swift basically losing her entire music catalog. And basically the dude, Scooter, he allegedly, he's the manager of Justin Bieber. He allegedly took, and I have to say allegedly, even though these are facts, allegedly is important because you know what I mean. But anyway, he basically bought Taylor Swift's music catalog when he decided to become the owner of the record label that she was at. And then like last month he sold it for $300 million and Taylor Swift didn't get a penny of that, okay? Now I'm pretty sure she probably gets her songwriting credits and royalties, but she doesn't own any of her masters to like all 4 or 5 albums that she made on the record company that she was on. So, you know, it's just crazy. Like, he sold it for $300 million, and I don't think Taylor Swift's seen a penny. Like, as of right now, it's being said, a rumor is that Taylor Swift is literally re-recording all of her hit songs so she can own her masters again and be able to sell it back and lessen the value of the catalog that was sold. So for Lil Wayne to make a move like this, and he sold his catalog for $100 million, how can I say this is a victory for music artists everywhere? But it's kind of interesting because so many people's main goal in life is to own their masters. I feel like to see $100 million and to sell his music for that much so early in his career. What is Lil Wayne? He's just about 40 now. I mean, I'm pretty sure he still has another 10, 15 years of music left in him. And he sold that catalog for $100 million. I mean, I just hope it was a smart investment. I don't know how much he actually makes off of his music. But, I mean, compared to the things that I've studied, most artists don't make their money from their music that they put out. It's usually their brand overall that they make money from. So, I think it's very smart for him to sell his catalog, especially in the midst of all his legal trouble. And I'm pretty sure you guys heard about the legal troubles. It's basically Lil Wayne also, after he sold his catalog for $100 million, also allegedly pled guilty to federal gun charges, man. So, around last year, end of last year, but almost a year ago, Lil Wayne's plane was ran through and searched by the feds, okay, because they thought that he was carrying illegal possessions like marijuana, this, and this, and they happened to see a gun in possession of Lil Wayne, okay. Now, this is a bad thing because Lil Wayne has already been in legal trouble before because of a gun possession, and he already did a stint in prison because of that. So now it's like he's facing even more years, and they said maximum 10 years in prison if he's convicted. So the fact that he pled guilty already, he's looking at a solid, at minimum, maybe 5 years, 10 years in prison, which actually will put a hold on this man's making his money. I'm pretty sure that he could possibly rap or whatever in jail or get his music wherever it is, but I feel like maybe this was a move for his family to make sure that his family is eating if he happens to be locked up and put away in jail in the middle of all of these federal charges and everything else that he got going on with the law. Now, me personally, based off of his circumstance, I think that was a smart move because, you know, it's going to be kind of hard to support. We're in the middle of a pandemic, okay? One thing we do know is that the money isn't certain right now in the music industry. Artists can't tour like they used to. So for him to sell his catalog for $100 million, that's literally securing the amount of money he probably would have made, even a quarter, probably 12 times the amount of money that he would have made on tour. You know what I mean? Performance. So I feel like it was smart for him to do that in that aspect, seeing that he's going through all this legal issues and this legal trouble. And honestly, we don't know if the man's going to be in jail for 10 years or not. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's something that I'm just like, okay, I see what direction he was going. But do you guys think it was a smart idea for Lil Wayne to sell his masters so early in his music career? Do you think it was a smart idea for him to do that and then also plead guilty as well to the federal gun charges? And do y'all think that's the main reason why he might have sold his masters, because he's just trying to secure the bag? Because clearly we're still in this pandemic. I'm pretty sure this COVID pandemic is going to last for another I hope not 10 years. I mean, another 2 to 3 years. I meant to say 2 to 3 years. Or, we can't do 10 years. Another 2 to 3 years of this, because it's going to take a lot of time to recover from this, especially with everybody being unemployed. And it's just going to, we got this vaccine that just dropped out of the sky, out of nowhere, and we're going to get into that too in a minute. But, yeah, I just feel like what he did was a smart idea. Y'all tell me what y'all think about Lil Wayne. And since I just talked about the vaccine, all right, y'all, so we had this pandemic. We got the COVID pandemic going on, and the government just announced that they have a vaccine. They had the first person to get the shot was a black nurse. Kamala Harris bigged her up on social media, basically saying that she's, you know, sacrificing for the country, getting a shot and this vaccine in her arm. Do you guys think that y'all can trust this vaccine? Now, for me personally, I don't think that I would trust the vaccine just yet. I would have to sit back and see how everybody is looking after they get their shots before I decide to determine whether I'm going to go ahead and get this vaccine. I don't see it in the near future for me. I don't think it's going to be any time within the next year of me possibly getting this vaccine. And the reason why, you know, I've seen people on social media making jokes like, oh, you do drugs, you doing crystal meth, you doing this, and this, but you can't take a vaccine. And look, I'm gonna tell you this: I don't do no drugs. I don't do any form of drugs. I don't smoke. I don't none of that. So, that doesn't apply to me. But just in general, whatever somebody else is doing does not, negate the fact that they have a right to choose whether they want to get a shot of an unknown substance into their body that they don't know is going to affect them. Anybody that's out there that may have went to school, took a science class, took a health class, and learned about what a vaccine is. A vaccine is basically a smaller dose of the actual disease with additional chemicals that's supposed to make it so your body can fight and combat the disease, which is kind of like a risk. Especially with us, we haven't even had COVID in the United States that's been fully announced, because I'm sure it's been out here for a year, but it's just been announced basically in March of this year. So it's only been a solid, I would say, we're in the 12th, so it's only been about 9 months since the COVID has been like fully announced. And even the past 3 months, we were basically on government lockdown because we didn't know what this was. They didn't know what it was. So literally, they just got this vaccine. So they probably had this vaccine for probably 3 months, experimenting. Now they're just giving it out to people. I personally, for my health and stuff, yes, it's very important. But also, it's important on both ends. Just because a doctor or the governor is telling me I need to get a shot because he said so, I don't feel like I should have to take a shot, because I gotta wait and see how this works out. And a lot of times, particularly with people in the black culture and stuff like that, we have situations like the Tuskegee experiments where they was giving people syphilis, and it was just a major tragedy. You know what I mean? Especially for people in the black community. That yes, we are kind of skeptical when it comes to our health. When it comes to vaccinations and just in general. I personally, I just have to see how it weighs out. Of course, we get meningitis shots. I have meningitis vaccination, stuff like that I had to do when I was a kid. But when I was a child, these vaccinations was out for almost 50 years by the time I had to get a shot. So, of course, parents around is going to be like, okay, yeah, listen, but that's fine. I haven't heard anything bad about the vaccination. I haven't had any bad effects from the vaccination. Okay, but this vaccination has only been good for they've been working on it for probably about 6 months. And they've probably been actively giving people shots for 2 months. So we don't know what the long-term effects is going to be from the chemicals that they're putting into these people's body. It could lead to them having, childbirth defects. People out here, they might become sterile. They can't have kids. Cancer. I mean, it seems like everybody in the world has cancer these days, knock on wood. But it just seemed like cancer is just at a rapid rate. And I feel like that might increase it. It's just so many different things. It might cause different disabilities. You know what I'm saying? If you have children, it might cause them to have physical disabilities, mental disabilities, because you decided to get this injection prior to, deciding to get this injection prior to you birthing your child or something. So I don't know. Or even if you decide to let your child get the shot and they're young, you don't know if it could have a psychological, mental brain defect, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my personal thing about the vaccination. I just want to sit back, and I feel like everybody has the right to see, wait, and take their time on this situation. I don't think that this should be anything that should be forced on people. If they're not ready to do it, then so be it. They just not gonna be ready to do it. I'm not in a rush. You know what I'm saying? We already got, and it's like it's kind of like a catch-22, because we have so many people dying from this disease. So you want to get the issue repaired. But then we haven't fared. We've had a rough year. We had a rough life living here in America, just in general, okay? For everybody, especially black people. So it's just like, we just got to keep our eyes peeled, watch things, and, cross our T's and dot our I's with this thing. You know what I'm saying? But we're just going to sit and see, how this all pans out. If it all looks good in the next couple of years, I might get a vaccination. I don't know. But like I said, even if I don't want to, that's my right to not want to. You can't be trying to force people to get shots. And I'm sitting there thinking about it. They were saying that they were going to be, of course, people in the medical field, I feel bad for them, because even if it's a religious thing with them where they don't believe in getting shots and vaccinations, they're being forced to do so, or they don't have a job anymore. So I feel like a lot of people in the medical field who have certain beliefs and stuff like that, of course they have to get the shot because they're caring for patients and they don't want to be at risk of giving a patient the disease. So this is the thing, that's just so many things that run through my mind and think about people in the medical field. You know, it's a lot of people in the medical field that I know that got into the medical field because of the hustle. It's the money coming in. It's a good check. This, and this. But those same people right now is just like, why did I get into this? This is not what I signed up for. This is not, I didn't expect for it to be a global pandemic. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I always just try to tell people to try to do something that they're passionate in. Some people are, you know, that's passionate in doing the medical field, then doing, this ain't, you know, this is what, okay, this is what I signed up for. But other people, I've seen a lot of people on the web who literally quit their job because of this whole thing. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to be very, very precautious on the careers you decide to choose. You know, I know most of the people that's in the medical field right now, I know they're used to dealing with people with different diseases like cancer, AIDS, all types of stuff. Different type of, you know, heart failure, kidney failure, but they never dealt with anything in this capacity. So it has to be a stressful situation. And a lot of these people have families and kids and stuff. So it's a lot of things to consider in the middle of all this. So y'all tell me, are y'all gonna get a vaccination? Do y'all feel like the vaccination is safe to try right now? Do you feel like they should be experimenting with it for at least a year? What do y'all think? And if any of you guys have had the vaccination, because they just started distributing in the past week, tell me how you guys are feeling since getting the vaccination. Do you feel weird? Have you had, because I seen things where people were getting like their face was going paralyzed, like Bell palsy, like paralyzation of the side of their face. You know what I mean? So it's a whole lot going on. You know what I mean? Y'all tell me what y'all think about that. Now let's get back to some more hot topics. So everybody was waiting to see the Keyshia Cole and Ashanti versus battle on Saturday. Everybody and their mama's on social media. Yo, I can't wait to see this. Everybody getting their wine, you know, getting their fried chicken, getting their whatever they want to eat, getting their entrees together, ready to watch this Apple Music, Instagram Live battle off of the music between Ashanti and Keyshia Cole's. Okay? Now, all of a sudden, we getting closer. It's about 30 minutes in, and I get alert, you know, because I have a blog site, y'all. For most of y'all that don't know, check out my blog site, djjericapod.com. Let me get that plug in. djjericapod.com, celebrity news and gossip. You know your girls everywhere. Come on now. But anyway, I got that, you know, come through my timeline. I'm like, oh, snap, I got to break this news. They're saying that this battle is canceled. Now, this is just breaking to me before I even got to put it out to my readers that this is happening. I'm just like, why would it be canceled? This doesn't make any sense. And I'm looking like, oh man, because I was looking forward to it because I love Ashanti's music, I love Keyshia Cole's music, and I was just looking forward to watching it. I actually was going to do a live. Make sure, if you guys like me to do live verses, I do live verses every time the verses go live. So if you guys happen to have technical issues, come to your girl's channel, hit that subscribe button if you want to come in. You know, use me for what you need me for, but all I care about is subscription and that thumbs up button. But anyway, I was going to do a live and watch it live with my viewers and kick it and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, Ashanti gets online, she puts up a post saying that she done contracted COVID-19, and I'm like, dun dun dun. And I'm not even trying to be funny or nothing like that, but it just like threw me off because that was the last thing I was expecting to hear. I thought that it was a joke. I thought that they were going to say it was canceled because of technical difficulties. But Ashanti came out of nowhere and she's like, look, I done caught the COVID. She telling us that she done went to the continent in Africa, was doing touring and everything else, but she didn't catch it from that. She caught it after she came all the way back to America, went over to a family member, gave them a hug, and that person gave them COVID. Now, gave her COVID. Now, I hear what she's saying and everything else, but I'm kind of skeptical because I'm like, how do you actually know that that family member gave you COVID if you done went all the way around the world and up to that point? You know what I'm saying? Definitely hoping that she's doing better. We don't know how she caught it, but I'm hoping that everybody that's around her that might be affected or whatever, you know, y'all are taking it easy. I hope she take it easy. She went online, and honestly, what I can say about Ashanti, she's a trooper because she really was about to still do this versus sick. You know what I'm saying? You can clearly see she was sick. She was on Instagram Live and I was recording it. And look, y'all, listen, I be trying to do these IG lives, but listen, I gotta get some better Wi-Fi because every time I'm trying to download it, and try to break the news when it's happening on YouTube. It's a problem with my server. But anyway, that's a different story. I'm gonna talk about that later. But yeah, I didn't get to break that, and I was so upset because I wanted to break that to my viewers because y'all love my IG lives. But anyway, she basically was just saying that she wanted to do the show. She's going through the breakdown of exactly what happened. It looks as if the people from Versus knew about her having COVID like the day before, and they were trying to figure out how they were going to do it and everything else. And then unfortunately, the news broke that she wasn't going to do it because she was sick and this, and this. And now she still was trying to do it until Keisha Coles came on live and basically convinced her, girl, let it go. Let's try this next year. You know what I mean? Get you some rest. That is very important. You know what I'm saying? Hydrate. Get your stuff in order. And Ashanti agreed to doing that. So now the Versus is canceled until next year. It's going to be the first Versus for 2021 kickoff for season 2 of Versus. I'm looking forward to seeing that. It's going to be dope. It's going to be definitely crunk. People was too hyped for that. I've seen people on social media doing lives, fake concerts, and all types of stuff. Doing Keisha Coles and Ashanti. You know what I'm saying? Definitely looking forward to doing that. What was y'all doing when y'all found out that the dang Versus was canceled? I know a lot of people, you know, a lot of guys out there was kind of happy because they said a bunch of their girlfriends and wives and stuff are going to start acting bitter, thinking about all the stuff that they done did to them throughout their relationship. Me, personally, I thought it was hilarious seeing that on the web. But y'all tell me, are y'all going to be tuning in to Versus? Y'all going to give Ashanti another chance to prove herself and show up? And outside of that, because you know I like to have a little commentary. I hope you're doing well, Ashanti. I hope you feel better. I hope you're getting the rest that you need for real. You know, you just got to take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? And with that being said, we're about to talk about Jeremiah and his recovery and things that he was talking about his recovery from COVID-19. Talking about Jeremiah, the R&B singer, he actually had COVID-19. He just recovered from it. But it was it was very, very bad. So bad that 50 Cent actually went on the record. And you know 50 Cent, he always making jokes about people in serious situations. But he was even asking people to say a prayer for Jeremiah. You know what I'm saying? In all seriousness, this man was like basically in a coma. Okay, this is what the rumor was, that he was in a coma because of the symptoms due to COVID. And he fought and he made it out. And he recently did an interview. And he basically shared that he basically said that he's a living testimony. You know, he was really, really bad in the past month with the COVID. He went on to talk about, this is a quote that he said he had tubes down his throat for a week and a half. He said, I was really in a dream. I woke up like 2 times. All I remember is seeing a white light. Those 2 times I was in there. What I ended up having, and I don't mind sharing this because now I'm immune, it was called multiple inflammatory syndrome, which is MIS, the short syndrome for that. The abbreviation for that is MIS, which is a rare cause of COVID. He said his insides, all of his organs became inflamed. His heart went out. His heart stopped beating. His heart stopped beating, he said. It started to beat irregularly. He also said his kidneys went out and his liver started to fail and go bad. Okay. He had to also learn how to walk, eat, and all that. Talk again and everything since basically having this entire situation with this COVID. And man, honestly, that's scary. Like, this is scary. And that situations like that makes you be like, maybe I should go ahead and get this vaccine. You know what I'm saying? Because you like, is the risk really that bad if that's what I'm going to experience if I don't get the shot? This man, literally, his heart stopped working. He's still probably going to have a lot of health issues after that. I think that's the thing that most people don't really discuss is the aftermath of all of it. And you know what happens after the fact. How does people recover after the fact? What is life after you having your heart stop, your liver failing, your kidneys failing because of this terrible, disastrous, disgusting disease that's in your system, man? And you know, I'm grateful for Jeremiah recovering. I'm definitely sending prayers out to him because even though he's awoke and he's eating and talking, he's not fully recovered. You know, he's been physically permanently damaged from this, man. And that's the scary part about it, y'all. That's why it's so important for us to like really try to keep our social distancing. you know, try to put the effort into wearing face masks, and, you know, desanitize as you can. Keep sanitizers around you. You know, just try to keep yourself clean. Shower every day. I know that's something hard for some people out here, because I know I shower twice a day, but it's other people out there that probably shower every other day, and that's just not the case right now in the middle of all this. You need to make sure that you showering every day. That's just how it's supposed to be. But then, you know, people be having different hygiene thoughts and stuff like that, but that's one of the main reasons I feel like a lot of this is spreading, is because people have zero to no hygiene out here. And I'm not going to say no names. But anyway, so Jeremiah, I hope you're doing good. I hope you're feeling better. Hopefully, maybe I can interview you, talk to you. I really want to reach out to you and really just figure out, you know, maybe something we can figure out something that we could talk one-on-one about what happened, why it happened, you know, in his full experience, because he clearly said that in there. But of course, I'm not going to do it too soon. I want to give you time to recover, but I hope you are doing well, and I hope you are feeling 100% better. And I know it's not going to be 100% better, but I know that it's probably about 80% better at this point, with so much going on in regards to all of the organ failures and stuff like that he's had, man. So definitely, I'm sending a prayer out for that man. It's crazy, y'all. It's crazy out here, and that's important for everybody that's out there, you know. Really, that's why I said to y'all in the beginning of the show, the importance of loving people while they're here, the importance of us understanding morality, the importance of us understanding that, you know, we only have a certain time here, and we need to try to love on people while we can, especially our older people, even the younger people. We don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. Just say a prayer out for people and send out positive love and prayers out to people, for real, y'all, because you really just don't know at all. And then let's talk about DJ Vlad, because I talked about DJ Vlad before, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Somebody went under my post and said, "Oh, you pronouncing his name wrong. It's Vlad." Okay, so DJ Vlad is back in the news again, because people are trying to blame Vlad for Casanova, the rapper, being indicted and arrested under federal charges in regards to like you know, a bunch of racketeering and gang charges and all the other stuff that comes along with it, along with like conspiracy for murder and all this other stuff. And they're basically trying to say that the reason why they was able to press these charges was on him was because of a lot of videos that he did on Vlad. I hope this is helping the person who told me I pronounced his name wrong, on Vlad TV on YouTube. They were basically saying that Casanova confessed to a lot of stuff that they were basically charging him with, and using Vlad TV's interviews as evidence against him in this upcoming trial that he has. And, you know, people are going on Twitter. People been dragging Vlad on TV and on Twitter about his, you know, his Vlad TV show on YouTube, and being, you know, the ops or the feds, and then they saying that he's an informant, this, and this. And, you know, people always say he's a culture vulture, stuff like that, but it still doesn't prevent people from going on his show. It still don't prevent these rappers from promoting their products on his show or whatever. I don't even think the artists actually promote their products on his show. I think they just sit there and talk about random stuff. Like, he's the only person who, like, I mean, yeah, I don't even remember, like, do anybody, I watch his videos, but I don't recall anybody actually promoting a product or having like a main purpose on going on Vlad TV, besides just getting some attention because they know he got 4 million subscribers. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, basically they're trying to say that Casanova spilled his guts out and on his show, so it's Vlad's fault that this dude, Casanova, done got arrested. And that just sounds so stupid. That sounds real stupid. Like, it's a reason why you need to have media train. I could have media team have some media training or something like that. I could have swore this man was signed to like Roc Nation and all of them. You know, so I don't understand why he didn't have a PR person that will tell him what to say, what not to say, what things he shouldn't mention. One thing that you don't want to mention in an interview is your criminal activity that's still within the statute of limitations of possible arrest. You know, I mean, you know, I seen somebody else that was on Vlad TV basically saying like, "Oh, Vlad, it's your fault, and you know, you move people into the direction of them telling themselves they not too bright and this and this." But I mean, that's just, to me, I feel like that's just a person taking lack of accountability for themselves. These are grown adults. These are people, grown men who are like 30 plus, 35 plus, whatever, old enough to understand that everything that you say or do can be used against you in the court of law. And social media has been used by the police to solve so many different crimes, by the feds to investigate on people at so many different levels, that you should think that people use their common sense. And even before Casanova did his interview with Vlad, that they're alleging is alleged evidence on his court case, he had, you know, we already been hearing rumors about Vlad TV, you know, basically getting people indicted and all this other stuff. And Vlad was basically saying that he was not getting people set up. They just happened to talk and he put it out. Like, you know, I know that sounds bad, right? I'm not defending Vlad. Let me just say that real quick, because y'all gonna be like, oh, she over here defending Vlad. I don't know that man. I'm not about to defend him. But I am going to say it's just real goofy for anybody to purposely go on a camera and a person that got a subscribers of 4.5 million people and sit here and talk about all the stupid criminal activity that they done and still might be doing. You know what I'm saying? And it's still within the statute of limitation. That's just not using common sense. Like, and is it the artist? Is it his fault for him not being too bright and saying these things? Or is it his team fault for not doing their job by giving him the scoop on what to say and what not to say when you're doing an interview that is going to be seen by billions of people? Like, Vlad's TV has like, what, over 1 billion views, 3 billion views on that channel. So in every per interview, you're going to get a solid, at minimum, at least 30 to 40,000 views. And that's on a bad day for this man's channel for a video. So on the highest peak, you're going to get at least 1 million views automatically, because he has very active subscribers, active supporters and stuff like that. So why would you choose his platform to sit here? And why would you choose any media platform in general? Why would you just sit in front of a camera and confess like this? Unless it's a freaking, you know, like, I mean, unless someone's holding a gun to you saying you better tell this stuff. Nobody was telling you. You came in there and just started blabbing out the mouth, and now these people are allegedly using this footage for evidence. This is the most stupidest thing ever. For all of the men that decide to go on Vlad TV, because honestly, I feel like he doesn't even interview any female artists. Like, I've seen him interview like probably 2 female artists, and like, it's barely any females that come on that show. Like, it's very, for every 100 men that he has on the show, it's probably 1 female of that 100. You get what I'm saying? So for all the men, particularly the black men that go on there, because it's mostly black men that's on this platform, start using your common sense. You go on there with a purpose if you're going to go on Vlad TV. Stop going on there to confess and like spill your guts and get mad when the stuff that you're doing was not within the statute of limitations and the cops coming at you. Like, I had seen a video today when an actor, not gonna call him out, but he was talking about a crime that he committed for like attempted murder, and him getting off, and then him talking about some, oh, he was doing this and this in the court. Cause it could come off like you were saying that you were lying in the court. Like, why would you even, at the moment that he would have asked that question, I would have been like, I'm not talking about that situation. I don't want to discuss that situation. That's a legal matter. Like, I get it, he got acquitted of the charge, but like, why would you even lead the direction of the conversation that way? And even though this man is old, like, he got to be at least 50, 60 years old. Why would you even do that? Now, if something happened and they happen to call this man up and the police or whatever, the feds come and look for him after this interview, I don't know who's to blame. Now, Vlad, could he be manipulating his guests, putting them in weird situations? Yes. But also, you are a grown man. You have a mind. You know what I'm saying? So you should be able to say, I don't want to answer that question. I'm not going to answer that question, or no response, or no comment. Like, we need some media training going on here. Like, the worst thing about these entertainers these days is everybody is so independent and focused on being independent. They have terrible teams around them that cannot give them proper media training. They have no idea on how to handle press and questions. And I feel like that's the main issue that's going on with this whole Casanova case. I'm not going to go into detail with that. I'm not a street person. I don't know what exactly, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not here to judge the man, but it's just goofy for anybody to purposely go on a platform with 4 million, forget it, even 10 views, 10 subscribers, okay? And go on camera and say that you admitted to it, and it happened on social media, and like, and think that it's not going to be used against you. Like, well, you know, why is everybody mad at Vlad? Like, these guys got to start taking accountability. Start taking accountability for your own self, for telling on yourself. That was just goofy. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's just me. I personally just think it's goofy for anybody to go on camera and purposely snitch on themselves and then get mad and say that the person who interviewed them is snitch when this person is sitting here telling on themselves. That's just goofy. You know? And people are so attention. It's like, I think that the guys that go on there, they're so desperate for attention and fame outside of what their talent is that they don't know what to say yes or no. Gone are the days of people being able to do a proper interview and properly say no comment and not have to worry about, you know, or being worried about whether they're going to get attention and press. Like, it's too much. People are so fame hungry that they're goofy enough to say certain things that could get you indicted, and here we are. You know what I'm saying? So it's whatever. Me personally, do I think Vlad take advantage of people? Yeah. I mean, it's his platform. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I feel like everybody that's involved in this whole situation and got this man Casanova indicted, he got to take some responsibility and accountability as well for being goofy enough to even go. Like, it's just, and not just him. I'm not even going to say, I'm just saying everybody that's on there. Everybody that's on there is goofy enough to go on a platform that big and say certain things of crimes that they committed. Why would you even do that? Why would you even do that? I mean, they convicted Bill Cosby of stuff that he allegedly did in 1970, which is almost like 50 years ago. And this man is sitting in jail rotting right now because of it. Why would you go on his platform and talk about something that you did less than a 5-year, 10-year period ago? You know, like, it's just... Oh, man. Where's the OGs at to teach these new people, man? I don't know. Like, where are they? I'm not even a street person, but it's like... I'm like, where's the OGs? Because, you know, have they ever heard of the saying, real G's move in silence? Like, I don't understand any of this. And it's not condoning the behavior, but I'm just saying in general, like, who does that? Who purposely snitches on themselves? It tells, I don't know. Anyway, next. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hit my hour. I got another interview that I'm dropping with Brave Williams. She is an actress, a model. She has a brand new movie that just dropped on BET, and she's on my show. She's going to be on the show next week. I just did an interview with her today, so it's going to be dropping on a separate video, so make sure you guys subscribe and check that out. It was a great interview, a good 20-minute interview, roughly, of us going back and forth, having a good conversation. I want you guys to check that out. And also, if you guys haven't already, if you made it to the end of this podcast, or if you just seen the video clip, because I like to split my shows up to clips, that means that you like this podcast. So that means I need you to subscribe to this podcast. Hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening. Whether it's on Apple Music, whether it's on Spotify, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's wherever it is in the world. Wherever it is in the world, subscribe, okay? And share the video, share the commentary, man. I know I have so much more I want to talk about, but I think that's pretty much all we're going to give you for this hour, baby. And first of all, if I don't get back on before Christmas or whatever, I might come back next week. I wish you guys a Merry Christmas. I wish you guys Merry and Happy, you know, Kwanzaa, anything that you celebrate, Hanukkah. If you don't celebrate it, Happy Holidays in general, you know, and Happy New Year's as well. Of course, I'm going to do, I plan on doing at least one more show before the new year. But, you know, my New Year's resolution is to take this podcast to the top. And if you guys want to help me take this podcast to the top, share my video and my content. It's the DJ J Erica podcast. You know what separates me from all these other podcasts is that I'm a female and I'm out here going to get mines. I'm out here spitting the real. I'm an independent podcaster. I don't got any co-hosts. I'm not getting bigged up. I'm doing my own thing. And I'm bringing y'all the real, and I'm spitting the real. So make sure you guys follow me on social media at the DJ J Erica podcast, at DJ J Erica. You know how your girl do. You know what I'm saying? It's DJ J Erica podcast, baby. Check out my other videos. I have a ton of different videos. I have an interview with Speech from Arrested Development. Arrested Development, 2-time Grammy Award winners. I got an interview with 112 Grammy Award winners. We got Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? The Beastie Boys, DJ, Def Jam, History. Y'all on here. And we got Brave Williams, a new BET from the new BET film on it on my show as well. It's on the YouTube channel. So subscribe, y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Much love. Peace. DJ.